We are back at it with volatile water farming. Yep, this time we are multi-boxing. Instead of me just by myself running around, you can see all these chickens all over here. And we're just all going at it. I got my second account finally. Been wanting to do that for a little while. And now we're just going at it. I have my second account up here, and a buddy of the channel, he's helping me force spawn these. We're just running around. Thanks, Fins. And get a little marketing on the side there. I appreciate that. Aubrey, if you run one tune and you use a druid, run around where we're at, you're roughly getting anywhere from 550 to 600 volatile waters an hour. Want to make sure that you're using these potions of treasure finding, and then you're going to get a bunch of these chests. So then eventually I just up all the junk, a lot, and then open all the chests. And we're good. And right back at it. Need 10% cut. Oh, so you joined advertising. Did you do, what was it, Gallywix? I looked into them a little while ago. Just a little bit too much for me to do on the side while I'm trying to do farms and stuff like that. Oh, 10% cut for the advertising? Oh yeah, sounds good. I'll start keeping a track. I'll have my my management get in touch with you so that we can talk about your recruitment fee. Yeah. What are you guys up to tonight? We're just gonna be sitting here doing this for a little while. Hey, there we go. Hey, what's up, Nick? Been a little bit. Work's been keeping me slammed, so I haven't been able to put out a video or a stream in a couple of days. Thanks, Aubrey. You take it easy. Have a good night. Yeah, but now we're hopefully coming out with our normally weekly update, but it ends up being 2-week update now on the road to Longboy. We had a little bit of a setback because I fell down the rabbit hole and bought my second account. So, but we've also made 600, a little bit more than 600 profit, 100K profit. Did a couple of things that I haven't done before. Well, really just didn't have the capital all saved at once to do before, but completely reset the deep sea bag market on Storm Rage. It got really low, so I just went ahead and bought them all out, then flipped. Ended up making 600K profit on bags and the embroidered deep sea bags over the course of like a week. Yeah, once you hit the capital, it's really nice. You gotta start working on what you can flip and sell. You gotta make sure that you don't do anything too crazy though, because I had one recently bite me a little bit, but I made so much profit off of the deep sea bags it counteracted a little bit. I thought that if I could flip the deep sea bags, which doesn't really have a time gate behind anything, that I would be able to flip the embroidered deep sea bags because you're kind of not necessarily time gated, but held back with doing heroic or mythic runs to get the hydrocores. And I was wrong. So I went and I bought out like 80 of the embroidered deep sea bags, the 32 slots. And yeah, like I said, that bit me a little bit. I got, I think I bought out 70 or 80 of them for 4.5, and I had to end up selling for 4.2 because there were so many people that were undercutting me, and I think the day that I reset the market, I ended up having like 80 or 90 of them reposted. So that hurt a little bit, but nothing too bad. Nothing we can't recoup with a little volatile water farming. I'm able to down so we get a little bit of the ambiance here. Forward now. Went to the dark side. Well, at least on some of my tunes. Currently farming on Horde, but I still have all my alliance tunes. What's going on, B? Yeah, I thought it was about time that I give a little bit of love to Horde. Xerxes on multiple servers. Are you talking about the one that I'm on, Horde or Alliance? And yeah, B, what are you going for with your transmog? How are you starting out? Horde is Zul'jin, Area 52, and Bleeding Hollow. Alliance is Stormrage, Dintarg, and I think that's about it. Other than some random alts and pet alts. Is Illidan up there? Are they like a full to really high pop server? Hey, what's up, Alex? Watching all the Alien movies tonight. Yeah, so you just gotta figure out what works on your server. May take testing, but yes, not necessarily. So it's give and take with that. So there's a lot more competition, but there's also a lot of demand. So if you can find a market that doesn't quite have the um, amount of competition, but still has the high amount of demand, is where you're going to want to stick with on your server. Yeah, so that's why obviously if you can, I don't know if you've watched a bunch of my stuff before or not, but I'm huge on transmog. I love transmog. But that's why you won't see me put anything in my videos about, how to get your 5 million gold and everything like that. You won't see me put transmog in there. Um, and the reason is that, yeah, if you're on a server that's transmog's good, you can definitely get it. But a majority of servers, it takes a while to get you up to the point to where you're making, a couple 100,000 gold a day on transmog, or even a couple 100,000 gold a week on transmog. It takes a while because you're having to go through all the old patterns. You're having to start in vanilla, work your way through, make sure that you're hitting cooldowns, all that fun stuff. Yeah, so most of mine that I like doing are ones that I'm gonna see pretty much immediate return, or it's stockpiling my banks for passive income. That's the other thing that you have to think about. You know, so take the rush of getting 5 mil gold out of the equation. If you're simply, you know, tuning in, watching me, listening to me, and watching my videos just so that you can make as much gold as possible, then you need to be doing consistent return farms, and you need to be making sure that you're consistently doing passive farms and working on your stockpile of different items, transmogs, pets, everything like that. Yeah, so some of these are some of the chickens you see me with are a friend of the channel, and then I have my two. But yes, essentially my other chicken that I have standing still is just spamming a macro to to essentially target the muddied water elementals and cast moonfire. There's my little chicken right there. See? I'll make him hit him. Lash. My rate, like how much I get an hour. How much I pay for somebody to do that? No, I don't pay. Like I said, friend of the channel. We are in cahoots. He's really he's really been helping me out with setting up my multi-boxing. So I'm grateful. Yeah, the chickens work very hard. They have my utmost respect. Worth listing things. 0.01. So yeah, that's back to kind of what I was talking about with making sure you have passives. So B, do you have all the things? The add-on, all the things? No, no, not multiple people involved with the channel, just me. I do call myself report. It's because before I started branding, my character's name was report name because my name got reported so many times. I think I had to change it like 4 or 5 times, so I just got pissed and got report name, and it stuck, and now I have the name, and it just sits there, and I'm assuming that it's just a major troll because if anybody reports the name, Blizz is just gonna see it and be like, well, shit. So B, if you're gonna do transmog, you have to, all the things is essentially a must-have add-on because what it's gonna do is it's gonna allow you to see. Let me see if I can show you. So here's an example. So all the things right here pops up right under the Undermine journal, and you can see that the Anger Fan hammer, or this is the Splinter Spear hammer, and you can see that for this hammer, all the things shows you which other items in the game also share that exact appearance. So that means that this item has 4 other items that share that same appearance. So there's 4 other ways for you to get that transmog, which is why This one is a 0.01 as you see down at the bottom, and the regen sell rate is 120 gold. So that's why, because this one would probably be one that is not going to sell for you, and you should just vendor it. Now, on the flip side of that, this one is Dirk's Command, and you can see with all the things that this is the only way that you get. This is the only way that you get that transmog. However, you see down there, and it's 0.01. So this is a low selling, very expensive or decently expensive sword transmog. My server right now, min buyouts 39, region sale average is 4. It's just because it gets so low. But this is how I decide whether or not I'm going to keep it. On my alliance servers, I get this every once in a while, and normally it takes me like a month or two of reposting it to get it to sell, but I've never had one sell for under 30k. But here's the thing, I know everybody always freaks out when you hear, somebody say, "Oh, well, it took me a couple months to sell it." But that's not my only item that I have, obviously, on the auction house selling for that. So that's when you get the passive gold coming in. Because if I get this, and then tomorrow I get another one like this, and the next day I get another one, then it's just continuous stuff going on the auction house that's going to make passive gold over time. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah, you could. You could look and see, and you can also use all the things to see all of the different ones that have those appearance, and then list your item at the cheapest of the 4. You can do that. But, it took me a while to answer your question, but yes, I do list 0.01 selling transmogs, but only if they meet that criteria. If they're a 0.01 sell rate transmog, I normally don't list them unless they are the only way that you can get that, and they're at least selling for 10k. Normally my cutoff for stuff like that. Yeah, Nick, but yeah, good catch on that. I should probably be better about just calling myself modest. Yeah, so that screen is going to pop up every time you log in. So if you look at that screen, it's going to show you. This is another way that you can use to actually farm transmogs or farm pets or farm achievements. all the things is essentially a collector completionist wet dream. So it's going to tell you how to collect pretty much everything that is appearance, mount, pet, achievement wise in the game. It's going to list all those things for you, and it's going to tell you at a percentage at the top of how close you are to actually hitting full completion of everything in the game. But it'll show you it'll show you different transmogs that you can get from quests. It'll show you all kinds of things. Tags are getting full. We're going to have to mail over to our disenchanter here soon. Let's have Katie up on here yet. The reason that it doesn't show how much you sell in a day, the reason that it doesn't show how much it sells in a day is because Blizzard took the API off of their essentially for that reason, so that you couldn't see how much was selling in the market. Crap. See. Get this set up to be more efficient so that I stop wasting my potion. Yeah, so they show the average daily sold, but what I was talking about is like actually being able to get the information so that you could look at specific numbers of what's sold daily on the server that you're at, not just the region sale average. That would be the big thing to know, because then you could have very specific data for um, any new server that you went to, which would be huge. No, no. It's a good question. Yes and no. So, do you feel that you're comfortable enough with the transmog market to know which ones that you need to vendor and not post up, and know which ones that you need to spend your time posting up and then go back out and farm? Because that is what's going to be the key for you being able to get over and do that. All right, now that I've wasted a solid couple minutes on of my potion, oh, broke it. Did not like what I was doing. Let's make these look a little bit prettier. All of our stacks on stacks on stacks of volatile water. There we go. Carl, hey, what's up? All right. So if you want to do it, then here's my recommendation. Go into it and put limits on yourself. So for example, um, if you go and do a transmog farm, if if the item that you're looking at is 0.01 sell rate, and like I was saying, is even if you just want to be less picky than I am, under 5k, if they're 0.01 and they're under 5k, either vendor them or disenchant them. Um, you know, really and truly, if they're 0.02 and they're under like 500 gold, I don't post them. But if you get past 0.02, then you're safe, in my opinion. You're pretty safe as a transmog that you'll get a sell on it. That's when I normally start posting up the ones that are actually like maybe just a fast sell rate, but they sell really cheap because they're technically easy to get and stuff like that. Um, but I would make sure that you set those stipulations on yourself, because if you don't, then you're gonna have issues like I did in the beginning. And I'm completely open and honest enough about this. When I first started really, really getting into transmog, it was trial and error for me. I hadn't found all of the different websites that I go to, all that fun stuff. I hadn't found out any of those information, and I just went in blind. And next thing I knew, I'm sitting there with like seven, 8,000 different auctions for transmog, and I'm just like, wow, why are none of these selling for what I want them to sell for? And then I started realizing, oh, that's because there's like 50 other items. I'm trying to sell this, this Cata green. I'm sure I probably already have one in here that will highlight this perfectly. Yeah, not yet, but I will. So, you have this like Cata green that shows that the market value on it is, or the current sell rate is, 40k. And then you look and you see that there's like four other items that have the same appearance, and you look at the other items and they're selling for 100 gold. Well, obviously, unless you just get somebody that doesn't have all the things and just doesn't know better, and the poor person that they are, they pay 40K for an item that they could have gotten for 100. Those are the only times that you're going to see big, like, it's going to be screw ups essentially, is when you see items that are selling for that much that have other items that give you the same appearance that are way, way cheaper. Just people that didn't know any better. Let's see. Xerxes. Let's see. Mine the easiest, most effective, or efficient cloth to farm. So, I mean, technically, it just depends on what you're wanting to do with the cloth. Are you looking at the cloth for selling it as raw materials? Are you looking at making bolts and selling them? Are you looking at trying to vendor shuffle and make stuff and then vendor them? What you looking at doing with all the cloth that you're looking for? Doesn't matter. Raw mats. So I don't know if you were here last stream, but we did the Burning Steeps farm, and we had it. You need 4 people to force spawn it. That place is absolutely unreal for Mage Weave and Nether Weave. So that would be where I would say that's a good one. If you're wanting to look at pure efficiency, pure time spent to profit, I would have to say it would probably be Ember Silk, and you would essentially be getting potions of treasure finding, going to Twilight Bastion, and doing the little run into the first room. And then everything that you get from that, just do 10 runs, time it out, and then log out and do something else. And then once you get your bags full, after a certain amount of time, make them all into bolts. Never, and this is just something that I'll continuously say, and it's just my opinion. Never, ever, ever sell Ember Silk as cloth. I don't think, I may be wrong, but I do not think that there's a server that values Ember Silk cloth over Ember Silk bolts. Ever. Normally, making bolts, you can add an extra, 5 to 12 gold profit, which is really nice because people are willing to pay for convenience on the bolts, especially Ember Silk. Bolts are 35 on your realm. Well, what's cloth running at? That's about 5, 6. You're looking at not really a huge profit margin because if I remember right, I think doesn't it take 5 Ember Silk cloths to make 1 bolt? If I remember right, either 4 or 5. Yeah, so Carl, on your realm, then the answer would be no. I would not spend I would not spend the extra time making bolts to only get essentially, 3 maybe gold profit per bolt. Unless you're just wanting to do it as an AFK thing. Nope, no quest prereqs. You just go out and kill a bunch of mobs. This is part of a quest, and that's why it can hyper spawn. That's essentially what we're doing, is just forcing them to spawn by killing a bunch of them, so that we can make them hyper spawn and get all the lovely loot faster, much faster. Hmm. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been stuck on my servers too long, and mine just happens to, or my couple of servers have just happened to have a bunch of crafted transmog gurus. Normally, whenever I post up Embersilk bolts, even if I post up, a couple hundred to 1,000 of them, they sell by the end of the week. Way to show only realm. So what are you wanting to do, B? You wanting to see just your specific server's rate? Ooh, that is actually something that I don't know. I would say probably not, because that's what we were talking about earlier with the whole API thing. Blizzard was, not really wanting people to know specifics per server. They just kind of wanted to do region wide. Because essentially what that does is that, obviously for gold goblins like myself, if I'm sitting there and I'm doing this farm and, I'm going for volatile water, I'm just farming the hell out of it, and I see that there's one particular server that for one reason or another sells, 5,000 volatile waters a day, and the rest of the servers are not great, then I'm just gonna do this farm and then server hop over there and just make a killing. Just kind of probably what they want to keep people from doing, is what I'm assuming. A bunch of chests to open up. These chests are really good with raw gold, whole bunch of cloth. Every now and then you'll get some patterns and stuff, but then they just give you tons of the other volatiles. It pretty much makes them a necessity if you're doing any kind of farm like this. Have to have the potion of treasure finding, which most people do if they know about these farms. That also means that if you don't necessarily want to do these farms, but you want to tap into the market, then farm up the materials and make potions of treasure finding. But the key is that if you do that and you farm up the potions of treasure finding and you just happen to be on my server, you need to sell them very, very cheap, but just to me. Uh, that's a good question. I don't think that I've ever paid attention to what the scaling level of the mobs in Zul'Farrak are. A Razorfin Crawl, you could. I'm assuming. Unless the scaling, it's been so long since I've done anything other than a 120 run through transmogs and stuff like that that I actually wouldn't be able to tell you. There are 60 elites. Carl, you talking about the volatiles and everything? Yeah, I'm selling most of them. I'm also gonna shuffle a bunch of them, and then yeah, for sure, I'll be stockpiling a lot. But these are really good. Volatile waters. You can make the illusion tomes and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna be getting an enchanter up here soon, so that I can do all that on this server as well. Uh, Xerxes, yeah. I don't quite know if you heard me talking about my transmog addiction earlier, but I do all the farms that you guys see me doing, and I do a whole hell of a lot more when you're not seeing all my videos and all my farms. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that my Dintarg bank just for transmog has over 7,000 listings. So yeah, you're talking about even with TSM and everything like that, you're talking about a solid hour at least just to repost all those. And that's just one tune, and that's just my transmog tune. That's not including my materials bank. That's not including my crafted transmog bank. That's not including my pet and mount bank or my recipe bank. So yeah, I know exactly how that feels. Except the only difference is that mine's hours and hours and hours. Which is nice though now that I have a second account, so while I'm sitting there mindlessly looking at a mailbox for 2.5 to 3 hours doing everything, I can be productive and also farming at the same time. Matt, so there's don't know the quest name of the ones that these are connected with. However, you don't have to be part of the quest or do anything like that to be able to get these mobs. They're just up in the world and ready for you to take. Yeah, Carl, normally what you'll see with that is you'll see one or two things. And normally they're talking when they say that they're talking about um yeah, you're gonna have some old world profession stuff that'll go up. Um because there's going to be like people like me that want to do crafted transmog and all that fun stuff. But majority of the stuff actually goes down depending on how old it is, like how old the content is. Because yeah, like you said, everybody's going to be in Shadowlands doing their own thing. So make sure that you watch that when it happens, because remember all the shuffles. Everybody, I wasn't I wasn't leatherworking in Legion, or I wasn't tailoring in Legion either. Actually, to be honest, um, so I didn't take part of it. But you know, the Saldori Silk Shuffle and now the Tide Spray Linen Shuffle with the pants. I mean, you can make serious profits with the pants doing the Tide Spray Linen Shuffle, when even just when the Tide Spray Linen is down to 1.8. But think about it, if Shadowlands hits and then somebody just wants to dump their inventory because now they're doing Shadowlands and they don't care, you know, you may start seeing people post them up for gold a piece or less. And as long as you keep remembering that, yeah, if it's under, you know, 1 gold 90, I can still make a lot of gold with the shuffle. And just keep that in mind, and you'll do good. Xerxes, I believe in you. I believe that you can find at least one material farm market that somebody hasn't gotten into. What about Essence of Air? Check Essence of Air on your AH in Illidan. What's up? How's it going? Necro, five in the morning? Good God. Woke up at 5 in the morning, just come and watch me farm. Love it. I love the dedication. Working the weekend. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Toblard herbalism mining route is really good. If you also you can also mix that up and do the fox kit pet while you're doing it. Makes your herbalism and everything just a little bit less efficient, but you also get better chances at getting the pet, which still sells pretty good and sells pretty decently high across most servers. Ouch. Really? Only 1 to 2 a day? Damn. The hell does everybody do on Illidan? Is Illidan a server where it's essentially just anything to do with end game progression, and if it's not end game progression, then nobody cares about it? Yeah. Yeah, so then that's going to be a little rough. Are you completely sold on the server? Also, if you really wanted to, you could just find a different server to do your gold stuff on, and then keep Illidan and have all your tunes for doing like raid mats and stuff like that for when Shadowlands hits. Well, if you don't want to transfer, that's cool. But I was saying like find a different horde server, and then I don't know if you played Demon Hunter or anything like that. I mean, you can get a Demon Hunter up to 120 pretty damn fast. They're stupidly fucking OP, so you know you can gear them pretty quick and just about kill anything. That's what I would recommend doing. If you know that the server's not working for you with old content and you want to do old content and you don't want to be just stuck doing raid content and have huge downsides of the economy whenever in-game progression like this hits, then I would make sure that you have like maybe one or two servers that are backup servers that you play on. Yeah, you can make a Death Knight and a Demon Hunter. Most of the time, whenever I'm starting a new server, that's what I do. Freehold farm. What's your item level on your Demon Hunter? I'm sure they can. You could probably put one of those old white item beat sticks in its hands and it would still be able to solo freehold. Oh, hell yeah. 440? Good God. Yeah. Probably wouldn't even break a sweat. What spec are you running? Havoc or Vengeance? Solo freehold is, I would say, decent gold if you're not running it on a Tailor. If you're running it on a Tailor, it's very good gold, in my opinion. You use Weak Aura. Tailoring for freehold, it would just be Volterran or Zandalari tailoring. So it would just be you'd have to at least be, well, if you're gonna solo freehold, you need to be 120. So you just have to be 120. And you go to a tailor and get it. Yeah, Xerxes, I would say get weak aura and it will help you with your rotation and kind of help guide you through your rotation for Demon Hunter. Because it's 440, you should easily be able to go through and solo freehold completely. Ooh, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, I get what you're saying. Well, it probably optimized the hell, dude. Oh, that's just being for real. I mean, that's probably what it is. They probably have like every single BIS item on the videos that you're watching. That'd be like me, playing my Fury Warrior that I mained in BFA and being like, oh well, I don't know why they're taking so much less damage than me and they're killing everyone, and I'm sitting there watching Bajira's Fury Warrior video. I mean, they're probably fucking gods, is what it is. 450 is not easy. Really? Oh, there you go. You sell it. So then, there you go, Xerxes. Monks are always really strong. Their talents, especially for the farms, just because you get the statue. Ahmed, do you run Demon Hunter whenever you do your boosts? Okay. Yeah, I stopped trying to do boost on myself. I don't have a geared Demon Hunter or um Pally up, and I was trying to do it on my, I think, 467 Fury Warrior, and yeah, that did not go very well. You can do it, and you know, but it's a lot harder for me to do it than somebody that's a Demon Hunter or a Pally. Yeah, Pro Warrior probably could do it, and I could probably spend the time to actually get my gear up and do it, but I just don't have the willpower to do that right now. So many other farms. Oh no, my potion went down on my other chicken. Ah, Chandler, hey, what's up? Yes, absolutely. Actually, going to kind of cover a little bit of everything here soon about everything that I think that you need to stockpile up on. I don't have that. Got a nice little group here, so if anybody's curious, one of the things that I definitely think that you should look at, that works very well, is you can get them super cheap right now, is the potions of slow fall from WAD. I bought out pretty much all three of my servers and didn't pay more than maybe a gold 25 for them. Essentially, what it does is it's a potion that lets you throw a parachute out. So it does the same kind of thing as the Goblin Gliders. So I'd stockpile up on Goblin Gliders. Low Fall Potion. Swiftness Potion is another good one. I'd keep a nice little stockpile of bags. Hydro Expedition bags, Deep Sea bags. If you really want to be fancy, throw in a couple of embroidered Deep Sea satin bags because everybody will start freaking out and wanting their 32 slots again. So yeah, that's normally how those kind of farms pan out. I don't know if you remember my 10-hour bog flare kneeler farm trying to get the firefly pets. Uh, I was kind of stockpiling information to make a bigger one about fishing, but man, the Burning Crusade fish, you just fly around and go to the little nodes. They uh they sell. They're pretty expensive. Yeah, they're selling like hotcakes right now. They're selling because everybody and their mother is leveling. They're leveling up alts and new characters and all that kind of stuff. So they realize that running around with a woolen bag until 120 is probably not the most efficient way of doing it. Hey Ahmed, but I will tell you one thing. I don't know if you do this or not, but uh, unless you got a couple of mil to throw down, don't try to reset the market on those. It will bite you in the ass. And you had it on Mythic. That'll do it. Well, I'm glad that we could assist in helping. Asking what's up. Yeah, this is an oldie. Oh no, but Ahmed, what I was saying is don't try to reset on those. I thought wrong. I thought that I had enough gold to reset them, so I bought out like 73 of them, and I was like, oh, I'm good because you know, um, the bags are kind of time gated a little bit behind hydrocores and all that fun stuff. And good God, boy, was I wrong. I posted, or I bought 73 of them, I think. Then went to reset for about a grand higher. And next thing I know, like 10 minutes later, like three or four other people posted another 80 of them up. And that stung a little bit. Yeah, this is a true nostalgic back in the day farm. I've done this farm for countless hours. And now I'm doing it way more efficiently because I have a bunch of little chickens. And a friend of mine has a bunch of little chickens. So we're sitting out here force spawning them. Yeah, just get you a couple of guild banks and ride the quarantine out. Prices will return. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Yeah, everybody likes undercutting. Well, so Ahmed, it just gets nasty. So there's a bunch of reasons why people undercut, and I'll be honest, there's times when I undercut, and there's times when I undercut by a lot, and it's very purposeful. I tell people not to do it, and you shouldn't unless you know what you're trying to accomplish with it. But it's very high risk with a bunch of the stuff that I try to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. Essentially, what that comes down to is that they're either trying when they undercut like that, they either don't know, um, they are trolling you, or they're trying to bait you, or they're trying to kick you out of a market. They're trying to kick you out of a market by tanking the price. And then what happens is they're betting that they're just going to see that you continuously undercut them, and then you're going to say, well, screw it. And then you're not going to be there anymore, so you're just one less contender for them. And then the market goes back up. But you already said screw it, and you're not doing it anymore. You moved on to something else. And so has a couple other people. And now, what do you know? He's the only one sitting there selling whatever, volatiles. And he essentially owns the market. That's what they do. Or, which is really risky, you bait people into selling for a certain price. So if you see somebody keep consistently every time you post something undercutting it, every time you post something undercutting it, and it's just a vicious cycle, then start testing them. See if you undercut by a gold or two, will they still undercut you? And then drop it and do 10 under. Do they still undercut you? If so, drop it 20. And then when they drop it 20, buy out everything they got and then reset the market. And you just walked away with a nice profit margin when you resell. Yeah, Drum, they dropped. They dropped because yesterday, or well, let's see. Wait, no. They dropped because today is the last day of Children's Week. So don't sell them for 90 silver. You have them up on the auction house trying to sell them right now for 90 silver. Please take them off. Take them off and put them in your guild bank. Wait till Winter's Veil. Yep, with the lull right now, it's going to get harder and harder. Uh-oh. Oh, do you now? I like deals. Yeah. You can also bite a bullet real quick if you mess up one of your limbos there. You didn't sell one egg? Not one egg. I can't believe that. I refuse to believe that. This entire Children's Week, you did not have one egg sell. Wow. Damn. Had my complete stack sell on Storm Rage, plus ones that I did off stream. How low can you go? That's it. That scares most people off. Most people don't have the capital or the patience to see that somebody's trying to scare off competition and take them up on it. Like what I did with the deep sea bags. I just waited. I saw that they were going into an undercutting battle. I was selling them all day, every day for 240 gold a pop. And then next thing I knew, it was like 220, 200, 190, 185. I was just like, good God. And then I remember logging on and seeing in the same day, it went from 240 to 180. And there was a huge gap between 185 and 250. There was like nothing posted. And then everybody posted like almost 3,000 bags, probably, at the 180. So I just bought them all out. Made a handy dandy little macro that doesn't make me go insane, where I can click buyout and then I click it again and it auto accepts the little accept thing for me. I don't go absolutely insane trying to buy all that out. But I sat there and bought it all out. Walked away with a solid 400k profit in a week, which was really nice. I don't know how you can sell that many bags on Storm Rage, but my God. The cake price kept getting undercut. No thank. Yeah, that was my first what I would consider my first true big scale market reset. You know, I do little ones all the time where it's like, oh wow, somebody posted up, 100 volatiles at 5 gold or something like that, and then I see that nobody else hasn't posted, so I just buy them and flip them back up. But never actually a purposeful watch for them sinking and then scoop them all up and then reflip whole markets. Yeah, over here on Bleeding Hollow, they sell for 115 gold. Hurts my soul. asking, what I would say is much, much, much closer, but still far away. We probably have a little bit over 200, or a little bit over 2 mil liquid now. We went down and had to make it back up because I spent spent a couple of tokens worth to boost a character. So went down and then came back up. But now that we have our little multi-boxing setup going on here, I think we're gonna hit it real fast. Now that I got this and we can do a bunch of farms I've been wanting to do. We'll see how that goes. I have a feeling that the next update is going to be, a week long update, maybe even close to 1 million. Going to be extra optimistic. Well, guys, it's getting a little late over here, and I'm gonna get up early in the morning and start editing up some videos so you guys can see the new updates in full, and then also start working on my my little special goodies that I got rolling out. So if you guys are since you guys are in stream, just so y'all know, I am currently finishing up and should have it out either tomorrow or the day after. I'm gonna start a little, not a side series, but it'll still keep going. Is a lot of people have been asking me about pets and what I do for pets, and also like which ones to get. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start with vanilla and work our way up. I'm gonna make a complete vanilla pet guide. It's gonna kind of go over all of the um, all of the vendor ones that you can buy and flip on the AH, all the farmable ones, all the craftable ones, the event pets, all that fun stuff. So look out for that. It should be coming soon. It'll be really cool because I like the pets. So yeah, that's about it. We've been doing this for maybe about an hour and a half now. Looks like we have 2,798, and we've gotten a good bit of raw gold, a bunch of stuff for us to disenchant, and then we're gonna keep going. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I may stream tomorrow, or it'll be either tomorrow or the next day. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. You guys enjoy. Have a great night. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you guys.